So what is up, Pimptos and Buffaloes, and welcome back today to another video commentary. Hopefully all of you guys enjoyed your Christmas. I had an absolute blast, and as you can see from the videos yesterday, there were some pretty funny moments in there as well. But anyway, what we're going to be doing now is carrying on the part 2 of the Q&A that we started on Christmas Eve. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get into the questions. Okay, so first off, with question number 1, we have He Likes Chips saying, why is most of the people who play COD tryhards? Well, to be quite honest, I stand along the same sort of line as this. People, when they play a video game, they like to do well. It's like any sort of sport, you don't want to lose, you always want to win. So I think that people use the overpowered weapons because they know it's the easiest way to do well. They know it's the easiest way to get that KD that they strive for. They know it's the easiest way to help their team win. So I wouldn't say that people are tryhards just because they want to be annoying. It's simply because they just want to do well. Okay, so question number 2 is from Garkness. He says, what do you use to record your awesome footage? Well, in terms of the visual, I use the Elgato Game Capture HD. It's a very small portable device, which is a really good choice. You can record in up to 1080p, which is of course the highest definition that you could possibly want to use to upload to YouTube. My microphone is the Blue Yeti microphone. I also use a pop filter, but every now and again it still does pick up the odd P that sounds like a beatbox, but you know, that's just the way it is. It's a pretty decent microphone, the Elgato's a really good choice as well, and I'm very happy with my setup at this point. Question number 3 is from Hoss Off Fort Fun. I do apologise if I said your name wrong, it's just one of those really awkward ones to look at and then say out loud. He says, do you like cookies? Well, of course, most people do like cookies, but the question is, do I eat cookies very often? And the answer to that is no, because when I do eat cookies, I cannot put them down. If I open a pack of biscuits or a pack of cookies, I will literally sit there until they're all gone. So I try not to eat them as often as maybe I'd like to. Next off, the A2Reba says, how did you get into gaming? Well, first of all, as I've said to you guys before, playing FIFA, I used to commentate the game, so I was really a massive fan of the FIFA series. I still do play the games, but probably not as often as I would have done, say, 5 or 6 years ago. But as well as that, I did have a Game Boy Color, a Game Boy Advance, a Game Boy SP, a Nintendo DS, playing all the Pokemon games. I absolutely love the Pokemon games, and you know, they're so much fun. You know, it's like leveling up in Call of Duty. You just want to keep going back on and playing it. So definitely Pokemon and FIFA is where gaming really did, you know, kick off for me. iTwister says, if your success on YouTube is big enough, will you consider making it your job or even a career? Great job, Buffalo. Keep up the great effort and content. First of all, thank you very much for the compliments. I appreciate it. But if I was to ever earn enough money from YouTube in order to earn a living and to be able to pay for a house, pay for a car, I don't really know if I would actually give up my career intentions and my life intentions just for YouTube. Because, you know, as you guys know, radio broadcasting and radio production is what I want to get into as a career field. And that's already very similar to what I'm doing right now. Commentating, talking over things, having an audience to listen to me and entertain. That is what I want to do for a long-term career. But if YouTube was to say, well, if I was to earn enough money from YouTube to not have to go into the whole radio field, I don't know, it's a difficult one to answer. Everyone would love to earn enough YouTube money to be able to live and to be able to, you know, feed a family and all that sort of stuff. But if I was to ever get the opportunity, I don't know. I still think the dream is to be able to commentate a World Cup final in a sports arena. So I'd probably still go for that dream as well as doing YouTube as sort of a background hobby. So the next question is from Gunhearted. He says, if you had to combine 3 games of any genre into one, what would they be and why? So first of all, we're going to stick with the core, and we're going to stick with Call of Duty because, of course, we play it, we upload it, it's fun. The second one I go with is Pokemon, simply because, once again, you've got that leveling up aspect, which is always a really fun thing about Call of Duty. Prestiging, it's similar in Pokemon, where you've got to level up your Pokemon to unlock different moves, blah, blah, blah. So I'd have that one because it's a bit less stressful than Call of Duty. When you die in a Pokemon battle, you don't just throw your controller at the wall, you don't throw your Game Boy at the wall and it breaks and the screen smashes, but controllers, some people do it. So I'm definitely going to go with Pokemon, just because it's more of a relaxed, laid-back sort of leveling up game. And then thirdly, for the third game, it's going to have to be anything with a dedicated server to sort of eliminate some of the horrible connection problems that we have in Call of Duty. It's not just always the game's connection, it sometimes is your own connection at home. If you're paying for a shit connection, the chances are you're going to have a shit connection, you're never going to pull host, and everything's going to be bad for you. But sometimes, even though you've got an open NAT type, even though you've got a decent connection, some of the connections in Call of Duty games are absolutely stupid. So definitely something with a dedicated server. Anything with a dedicated server. JWolf44 says, would you ever make a video with any other YouTuber such as KYR Speedy or Minnesota Burns? Well, first of all, KYR Speedy, I don't really watch his videos, so I feel a bit cheap if I was to work with him. But for Minnesota Burns, I do watch him on a daily basis. I really enjoy his videos. I've spoken to him on the PTFO roundtable, so yeah, if ever the opportunity came about, I'd definitely do something with Minnesota Burns. JB Tom 321 says, how many mates do you have outside of YouTube and do you hang with them a lot? Well, first of all, are you asking this in question implying that I don't have friends because I do YouTube videos? I don't know. But yes, I do have quite a large friendship base outside of doing YouTube. Of course, when you do YouTube, you do meet friends as well. But in terms of outside of YouTube, I was never really involved with a particular friendship group. I just had my close friends, and then I used to pretty much speak to everyone. There was no one I'd say, well, I hope not. I wouldn't say there's anyone that ever hated me at school. I know that some groups of friends, like, sort of rifts between other groups of friends. And because I was never really involved with a particular group, a particular crew, then I cannot really say that anyone dislikes me. But yeah, I do have a lot of friends outside of YouTube, and even though most of them are at university now, whenever we get the opportunity, we go out clubbing, we go out for nights out, we go down the pub, we just do things. It's pretty awesome. Red Bull Boy 92 says, George, hi, my question is, are you ever going to do other game commentaries other than COD? If so, what would you like to do? Kind regards, your bro, sub, Josh. Smiley face. Well, in terms of other games, there's not really any games out at the moment that I'd say that I really enjoy enough to play on a daily basis. But, you know, I did do that FIFA series a while back where I did some live commentaries over FIFA games. I can bring that series back if some of you want to see it. But in terms of other games, in terms of first-person shooters, I never really got on with Battlefield. And to be quite honest, I'm enjoying Black Ops 2 enough to be able to say that I probably won't be going over to any games sometime soon. If there's any particular games you want me to try out, then maybe let me know in the comments section. And if I enjoy it, I could potentially work with it in the future. So the final question of this Christmas Q&A special is from the Fanboy Deluxe. He says, can you speak Swedish? Are you ready for this? You ready? Jag pratar inte svenska. I'm sorry if that sounded really bad, if it had no element of a Swedish accent whatsoever, and if my vocabulary pronunciation was absolutely horrific, but I gave it a go. That means I don't speak Swedish, if any of you are curious. I just looked it up on the internet because I'm an absolute beast. But anyway, guys, hopefully you all enjoyed this Q&A. The first part, I will leave a link in the description if you missed it. As well as that, there were a couple of videos uploaded yesterday, including one of my mother and also my sister doing a chili sauce challenge, which was pretty cool. But anyway, guys, there will be regular uploads commencing from tomorrow. I'm sorry it's been a little bit mad in the last few days. The regular series will begin once again next week. It's just been Christmas, and hopefully you guys understand that. Have a good one, guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace.